everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over 3 of the Sonic riders. Modern Sonic on a snowboard, Cel-Shaded Classic Sonic on a skateboard, and Jet the Hawk on his Extreme Gear Type J from Jakks Specific. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. So here's the packaging for Snowboard Sonic. We have Sonic and his snowboard right over here. On the back we have Articulation for Sonic along with the rest of the figures in the wave. Now let's unbox Snowboard Sonic. So here's Modern Snowboard Sonic. Modern Sonic has some nice ears over here. They're very pointy. His eyes, or at least eye, is really nice. There is a splotch of some kind of glue or paint or sealant or something right over here on his eye. Makes it kind of distracting a little bit. The eyes are a little bit too centered for my taste. It could be a little more out, I would think. The cocky smile is there as always, as he is wont to do, to smile like that. And this is a good profile shot for him, actually. Really nicely done. His nose is a little bit to one side, and we move it over a little bit. That's alright. It looks nice. I like the quills in the back. On the back itself down here, they're nice, and his tail looks good. We have an open hand and a closed fist. We also have his little spindly legs and the arms that aren't blue, thank goodness. We've got some nice shoes on him that look really great, and he fits the package for the Modern Sonic. He looks wonderful. As far as accessories goes, he comes with this board that's a very deep blue. It's not black, it's a very dark blue. I didn't notice that. We also have a Sonic logo right over here. Very nicely done on that. I think it's like printed instead of painted. It's a side profile. Looks very nice. There's a peg on it too, so you can put him on that. We also have Sonic on the back. Really nicely done over here. It's a great logo. I feel like the N and the I are a little bit too far away from each other or something, but whatever. I'm cool with it. It looks really great. I'm glad we have some more sports themed things for Sonic to do, because he was in a lot of sports games. As far as attaching Sonic to the accessory, there are pegs on his feet you can put on there, and yeah, it works. He may have some balance issues here and there. Once you get him kind of standing, it works. That's fine. As far as articulation goes for Modern Sonic, we have a swivel over here, up and down over here for the arm, all the way around. You get a swivel ball joint up and down, left and right over here for the holding hand and the fist. You do have a swivel down here for his leg, a 9-degree bend for his knee. You get back this far and forward this far. You also can have him do the splits if you swivel and then kick out. You do get a swivel over here and down and up and some pivot all the way around to the ball joint down here, and 2 peg holes above his feet. Nice figure. Has some hip joint issues, but that's mostly his balance when it comes to his head being that size. It's a shame, but it's pretty okay, I guess. Here is the Jakks Gold Classic Sonic with skateboard inside the packaging, with Sonic and his skateboard front and center over here. We have a logo on the top. Legally is on the bottom. On the side, we have a picture of Classic Sonic looking really good in his comic deco. On the back, we have Classic Sonic on his skateboard looking awesome. And on this side, we have him doing a really cool wheelie over here. Alright, let's open this guy up and see what's what. So here's classic Cel-Shaded Sonic with skateboard. I love the work or overwork put into this figure. There's a lot of shading on him. There's outlines around his eyes, as well as the separation of his teeth down here. We have some highlights going up and through his swills, some highlights going around his eyebrows, look very nice. Line work around his ears, where shadows would be. Now my issue with this is that it's all lit from one side, and on the other it's just kind of dark. The asymmetry is kind of throwing me off a little bit. There is a nice double highlight though on his stomach, where the shine would be, as well as up over here. Very nicely detailed. On each arm there's some highlights too, which makes me think it could be better. You could have a dark highlight on this, a light highlight on that. It would have solved everything for me. But this kind of made me think now I want highlights on both sides. On the legs too, it's just on one side and not on the other. Great detailing around his gloves. I love this kind of cartoony thing. I want more of this. It's done, I think, to the maximum degree without looking bad. I really love this kind of highlighting, and the line work is wonderful. The shoes are really well done and pretty cool. Little highlighting as well as the line work on the shoes. This is an incredible figure and well worth it. Jakks Gold is great. If you could do more like this, Jakks, I'd happily go for it. The board kind of pales in comparison, especially when it comes to the fact that we're getting this kind of board with a different Sonic in the next couple waves. I just find this board to be kind of bland now. It looks great, very classic, very awesome. I love the sort of 1950s kind of feel, or 1960s kind of feel this board gives me. It's really nicely done. I love the logo. The color choice choice is really retro. It's orange and teal. It's wonderful. We got some yellows over here and some nice outlining for those letters. It's kind of bland over here with two pegs over here for Sonic. It's a nice board and I really like it. I just wish it wasn't used so fast in relation to this review. To get Sonic on the board, there are two peg holes at the bottom of his feet. You just line them up with the board itself and then push them on. You can actually move the wheels. They really do rotate. It's wonderfully done. I'm very happy with this board, even though it's going to be reused in like 3 seconds. As far as articulation goes for classic Sonic with skateboard, all cel shaded up. We have left and right over here. You can go up this far and down on this side, and the same with this one. You also get a swivel, a ball joint over here with some nice pivoting everywhere. You get back this far, forward this far on your little stubby legs, some swivel. You can also do these splits if you wanted to for this figure with some interesting shading on there. We also have a knee, goes a little bit, not even past 90. That's kind of a shame. We do get a up, down, all the way around on this ball joint down here, and two peg holes up on the feet. Definitely don't skip on this. This is a really great figure, even if you don't want or need the board. It's just super cool and a nice display piece. Go, Sonic, go. And also the wheels can rotate on this thing. That's really nice and great. Modern Sonic stands at just about 4 inches tall or so, and classic cel-shaded Sonic stands at about 4 inches tall or so. They both look really good together, and I like how they look in general. I also want to measure the boards real quick, and this one's about 4 inches tall, so about the size of the figure or so. This one's around the same height, at least maybe a little bit taller than 4 inches. I do think both boards are really cool. I do think both figures are really cool. Now, if you'll allow me, let me check something out real quick. No matter what board Sonic is on, he still looks cool riding it. That's pretty awesome. I like how you could change the boards between characters. I don't know if it looks better necessarily, but it's a nice change up and is pretty neat. And also here's Jesse Hecht Creative. Hello, my name is Jesse Hecht Creative, and this is Mobius. I'm gonna go down a flight of stairs with a skateboard on one foot and a snowboard on the other, using my friends Modern Sonic and Classic Sonic. Alright guys, you ready to push on 3? 1, 2... Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Here's Jet the Hawk in the box. He looks wonderful. Very nicely done on this. With this board and Jet himself. On the back of the box, we have articulation for Jet. The rest of the figures in the wave. And now let's open them up and take a look at Jet the Hawk. Now let's check out Jet the Hawk. Jet the Hawk looks awesome. I don't know why I'm referring to him by his full name. It's like Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Kesha or Fergie or Jesse Hecht Creative. But I do find that this is a really nice looking figure. I really love this mohawk here. It's wonderful and beautiful. It's huge. I just like it a lot. The goggles are very nicely done on the top. There's a little paint bleed, I think, on the sides. Kinda. It could be glowing. Who knows? It's pretty awesome looking. They're not removable or anything. They're just sort of grafted onto his head. Probably a separate piece though I can see. It's kind of glued on there. His eyes look really good. The sort of eyeshadow he has on the sides is very nicely done on both sides. His eyes are really cool with the blue. It's really nice. I love the beak. It isn't as beaky or like it's a little bit rounded in my case, but it looks very good as well, even if it is a bit rounded. The tuft is really cool. Reminds me of the Legend of Zelda symbol they got going on. The arms and legs are green. It looks really wonderful. His hands are cupped. He does have a cool little glove portion right over here. It looks really awesome. It ties into the coloring on his boots. That looks really great. I love this thing a lot. It's really, really cool. I'm super happy about this. The boots are kind of big. They kind of remind me of Amy's boots, where they might give him extra height that isn't necessary or in scale with the character, but I think it looks wonderful. The tail is a nice piece too. He is just great. I'm glad we have like more bird characters for Sonic, and this is a great one. Jet is amazing. Wonderfully done. Jet's Type J Extreme gear is really nice too. I love how this looks. The sort of mint green on the sides is great. The yellow looks really good. I like the pegs too on here. They're yellow. It tells you where to put the figure in very bright coloration. We have some cool vents over here. We have some nice darker highlights on the back and front. On the bottom, we have a stand over here that's barely noticeable, as well as this part down here. It's another kind of stand. We also have these two sort of jets, namesake, I'm not sure. It looks awesome and wonderful and works really well. It is a great hoverboard. It's just phenomenal and super cool. Of course, when you have a board, you have to put somebody on it, like Jet himself. itself with the two pegals in the bottom of his feet. They're kind of in the slanting portion, so just be wary when you put them on. You have to kind of like shift his foot into it and then press it down, but it works really great and it looks awesome. Hover away. Comparing all three boards is pretty interesting. They're around the same size or so. We do have the Sonic Snowboard, the Sonic Skateboard, and the Jet Extreme Gear Type J. It looks wonderful, and this is really nice too, as well as this. We get a more sleek modern logo, a classic logo, and no logo over here. You can tell this is Jet's board. You can tell this belongs to Sonic from his name on it, these two. They're just pretty neat boards, and I wanted to just draw a little more attention to them. And I really hope you aren't bored with this. As far as articulation goes for Jet, the head can go left and right over here. Can't really look up or down. Actually, a little bit. A tiny bit. That's interesting. Really cool. I didn't really expect that. Tiny bit of pivot, tiny bit of up and down. The mohawk doesn't move or anything. The goggles don't move or anything. Now with this, you go up this far over here and down. You can do all the way around too. You get a swivel at the wrist. It goes up and down a little bit, and left and right. Some nice kind of similar joints to Sonic and classic Sonic. You go up this far over here and then back this far past the tail. You also get a swivel over here, and you can do the splits really nicely. That's really cool. You also go down and then down over here. You get a knee that goes 90. That's par for the course with Jakks specific figures. You also get a swivel at the boot, some down, some up, a little bit of pivot over here. His tail can move, let's see, up and then down, and then you get a swivel out of that. A little bit of left and right action, a tiny bit. Just be careful how you move this thing. It isn't the most sturdy piece in the world. I love how good he looks. I love his articulation scheme. His extreme gear board is wonderful, and I just love this character a lot. He looks great, very vibrant, and he may be green, but he's not green. Jet the Hawk stands at about 3 3/4 inches tall or so, smaller than classic Sonic and modern Sonic, but no less of a rival to them. Their skateboard and snowboard are no match for his Type J board. It's really awesome and super cool. The extreme gear is really nice, and I hope we get some more extreme gear in the Sonic the Hedgehog Jakks specific line. We have some really cool skateboards, snowboards, hoverboards, and also here's Jesse Hecht Creative. I told you I was bored. I'm not a bored. Overall, a trio of riders that look really cool doing it. These are some pretty nice figures, and even though 2 of them are reuses and 1 of them is brand new, I still find these figures to be awesome. The modern Sonic is a little wobbly in the hips. He's fine. The board is pretty cool with that logo and the logo on the back. It's very nice. I really like classic Sonic with the cell shading. Super duper awesome, and I'd love for them to do it with other characters. Knuckles, Tails, Robotnik, anybody and everybody else. Shadow would be an interesting take with some gray shading too. The board is super cool for him. It actually has a function, works really well, and is really great. I love it a lot. The logo's great. The colors are awesome and retro. What more could he ask for? Jet is perfection though. He is amazingly done, and it shows that Jakks is sticking around for a long time. This figure is of top tier quality with its own accessory, and I love to see more of that. Bring me more riders, bring me more characters, bring me more modern Sonic and classic Sonic with all the works. Everything. This is just an amazing figure that is just perfect. I really like all of these characters. Definitely pick up Jet. Definitely pick up the Cel-Shaded Sonic. Maybe wait for clearance on the Snowboard Sonic. But one thing's for sure, if you love riders, here's your start. Ready, set, go get 'em. So which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.